Hello again, I've got another lighter video for you here today. This is the Way Electric Ark Lighter. Now I'm going to start off on the price. This thing, I think I paid about £17 for this, excuse me, off Amazon, probably about 2 years ago. You can get them from anywhere between £10 and £20 depending on where you go and who you're buying it from. Anyway, with this being an electric lighter, it is USB rechargeable. It takes your standard micro USB charger, the same one that you plug into your phone. So of course that's pretty convenient because most of us have, plenty of them for all sorts of things. Obviously phones and chargers for other things and tablets and Xbox and PlayStation controllers. So that's pretty handy in the sense that you're always going to have a means to fill this up essentially, unless you're out in the wilderness, in which case you're probably snookered, unless of course you're taking a battery pack, which is another handy thing about this actually, is because a lot of us will carry a battery pack for our phones and tablets, so really you're always going to have a way to excuse me, fill this up. So let's have a look at the function of this thing. It's a flip-top lighter, kind of like a Zippo, which if you like Zippos, you'll probably think that's kind of a cool little feature to this. Of course, this is the button how to power the thing. Now, when the thing is closed, when the lid is closed, nothing happens. I don't think that drains the battery at all. I mean, I doubt it. Now, when you open it up, push the button, you can hear the noise. There's essentially your flame. I don't really know what to call that. The arc, whatever. Now, one thing you might notice is this looks like a taser. If you ignore the lid for a second, you've effectively got a mini taser. Now, one idea I kind of play with is, could this be considered a weapon in some country? I mean, some countries are really strict in regard with weapons, and of course a taser is a weapon. In fact, one of those countries is the UK. Here, they hate anything like that. So I've kind of wondered, could that be a legal concern with something like this? And the more I think about it, the more I've got to say the answer to that is no. Excuse me. For numerous reasons. Number one, the lid doesn't go any further than that. So, you've got no chance of really zapping someone. And even if you did, this thing's harmless. I mean, I've accidentally zapped myself before. It's not painful, it just makes you jump. It's kind of like an electric shock. When you touch someone or you touch something, you get a little shock. Same thing. So it's pretty harmless. Now, I've not actually really carried this much because I don't smoke. I've never had a cigarette in my entire life and I don't ever plan to. I just like lighters. I just like to collect them and I think they're cool. So that's why I've got this. So in regards to actually lighting things, I can't really comment on its reliability because it's not something I need to use. I just have it for fun. I've recharged it twice. It takes maybe, off the top of my head, I mean, it's been like a year or at least since I've charged this up. It takes maybe an hour. You get plenty lights out of it. And by the way, you can actually use this to light fires. If you put a piece of, like this, you put a piece of paper in there, it catches fire instantaneously. I mean, it works. So, it looks nice too. I mean, it's got a really it looks very modern, I have to say. I mean, it's got a sort of like really glossy, is that the right word? Glossy finish to it. When it is charging, there's, if I remember correctly, your light is in there, red and green, telling you what the condition is. If it's charging or charged. Obviously, if it's charged, it goes green. While it's charging, it's red. And if I remember correctly, like I said, it's been a while. If you push the button and it's almost out of electricity, I think it goes red when you press it. So again, sorry, I think I've got the cold. When you compare them side by side, they're somewhat comparable to the size of a Zippo. It's obviously considerably taller, maybe about half an inch. In terms of width, you've got the Zippo on top there. It's obviously wider. And in terms of thickness, they're pretty much equal. And in terms of weight, that's hard to tell. I think this might be ever so slightly heavier than your standard modern Zippo. Now, what is the benefits over something like this, over a Zippo? Well, one common complaint about the Zippos is the smell of them. Personally, it doesn't bother me. I'm not really bothered by the center lighter fluid, but there's obviously zero smell coming off of this. Now, if you're using this for a cigarette, I don't really know why that's going to bother you, because, well, cigarettes stink. Like I said, I've never smoked in my life, and I think they smell awful. I can't really see why you would want to pump all that smoke into your lungs, but you do you. Where are these made? Well, I'm sad to say that they're made in China, like most things nowadays, but it's made well. I mean, there's not really any rattle. I don't really see any quality issues with this, and it does the job, and it looks nice, and I dare say this would make a nice gift for someone. I suppose that pretty much concludes this video. So thank you for watching. If you've got any questions or comments or anything at all, you know, drop them in the comment section. I try to reply to the majority of my comments. So anything you have to say, I'm gonna read it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.